So what we're trying to do is we're trying to use our kite things to make a repetitive pattern around our structure, well in your case the line, to kind of make covering. So these are supposed to connect at these points right here, and when they do, they make kind of like another triangle here. And the idea with these triangles is that you kind of have to split them up and either make two more triangles coming out or going in like that, so it looks like it could fold like an accordion. So we're gonna start by figuring out the size and shape that we need to make these all touch and all cover the same amount of area. So how we do that is by, since each one of these is one of these, we kind of use that to, where is my other one? We make another set of these for every one of those, and we kind of connect them like this. Oh. And this one, which is supposed to be smaller, but I haven't made a smaller one yet, is going to be the thing that kind of like sticks out. So mine are going to be kind of like this, or like that, and in the top another one is going to stick out like that to cover it. Since yours is going to be in a line, it's going to be actually a lot easier to make a pattern, because yours is going to be repetitive, kind of like just this, and this, and this, like until you cover each one of your compression struts. So when you actually get to like putting them on, and they're supposed to kind of be a little like this, but really it's going to be any way that you design it, but it has to be 4 triangles really. So, and each triangle has to be either the same, well they have to be the same on each side, but the top and bottom could be different, because you can make a kind of the kite shape like the one I have here. So when you stretch the fabric over it, which is supposed to kind of like be this cardboard thing, you could we could actually glue these on there, so when the fabric stretches, it could actually stretch evenly all across. We could glue the fabric onto these. So when you actually get to making your pattern, it's going to be something like this, and the boom that kind of like sticks into these right here, like I said, is going to be smaller, but that's going to be holding this up, but you still need something down here. So what he said we could do is that we could make any kind of compression strut that we want, and we could just glue it onto the foam core. So you could just have like a simple stick like this, or he said you could do foam core, you could do wire, you could do whatever you want. So with this triangle, you're going to be doing the same thing on the top, and that is, on the top actually, there's going to be, you're going to have maybe like another, I don't know about compression strut, he basically just said one of these sticks. It comes up like that. Well, you can't really see it. Where is it? Okay, it's gonna come up like that above these 2 points, and that's what you're gonna connect the triangle to if you're coming out. If it's gonna be lower, then it's obviously gonna be lower than the other ones. You're gonna connect that point. And here at the bottom, you're gonna have another compression strut down here, and it's gonna connect to that point and back to that point. So like that. And that's going to be all the way across until you have enough covering. So your line is going to end up kind of looking like this all the way. And he said that in your string model, you're going to have to try to figure out a way to do all of this while avoiding your strings. And actually, if the strings get in the way, you're going to have to rearrange them and make them so they work with this, because this is going to be what's on the outside. So the materials that you're going to be using, you're going to reuse these, and you're going to remake more for the booms. They're going to be smaller, or whatever size you want, really, to stick out and like kind of puncture these in here. Okay, so you're going to use that. And he said actually now, since we already have a stable wire structure, we don't actually need to use string anymore. We could replace it with some more wire. So you're going to need to get a lot of wire. So instead of string now, we're just going to make a rigid wireframe structure. The other thing is that the coverings, so instead of this cloth that I had, which is pretty stretchy, we're gonna have to use like a really see-through structure. And he said that nylon was gonna be good. It's I don't know if he said it was hard to work with, but he said it was pretty inexpensive, and you could get it like at Joann's or somewhere, but you have to actually like go look for it, because they're probably not gonna know if it's gonna be there or not. By Tuesday, yeah, our class is on Tuesday. By Tuesday, we have to have our model. It's not going to be the absolute final model, or the actual final the final build we do, but our entire model has to be on our base, and it has to have all the compression struts and all the booms and all of this with fabric, not cardboard. It has to be with fabric. It has to be like completely covered. And he said that the top, it doesn't have to be completely covered, but it just has to offer like shade. He said it was kind of like a trellis. It's like over a patio. It's like a bunch of like sticks like that. They don't offer like protection from the rain, but they offer some shade. And they kind of when you're under it, you're under like a specific space. And he said it was different than when you're out in the field, because when you're under something that has like a structure, that has like a specific structure, that creates space even if it's not completely closed off. And that's what we're doing. We're just trying to create a space. So when you have here, you're gonna have, let's say I have like another thing down here, and it's gonna continue on. Everything underneath it's gonna be a space. And I'm also gonna add like a few things up here, really, but it doesn't have to be completely covered. So everything on the big base, and it's all rigid and everything. It has a cloth on it,